Running out of time to mould something MPs will buy, Theresa May was at a pottery in Stoke today, learning how to make mugs and hoping voters would at least vouch for her handiwork.
I think she's a lovely lady, but I'm not sure about a Brexit plan.
I just think it's a farce. Something needs to be done.
The most majority of the people I've spoken to want a no deal Brexit.
So you would rather a deal failed tomorrow than that case?
Yeah.
But today the Prime Minister warned the more likely outcome is no Brexit at all, with just 24 hours left to persuade MPs to back her deal.
Having observed events at Westminster over the last 7 days, it's now my judgment that the more likely outcome is a paralysis in Parliament that risks there being no Brexit.
But she's still trying to sell a deal the EU has barely altered. And with no plan B, Parliament's threatening to come up with one for her.
Prime Minister, you've had 2 years to reach out to MPs. You've got 2 days left and virtually nothing to offer them. Why shouldn't Parliament wrestle control of Brexit from you?
You say we haven't achieved. We have achieved this exchange of letters, which gives those further clarifications, which gives those further assurances, which I believe do give that further confidence to members of Parliament.
Those letters were published today, the EU trying to reassure MPs about the Northern Irish backstop, but stating we are not in a position to agree to anything that changes or is inconsistent with the withdrawal agreement, simply pledging the European Union does not wish to see the backstop enter into force and that it's committed to making this period as short as possible.
I think we've got a plan in terms of how we're going to engage with colleagues.
But even those doing the convincing aren't persuaded themselves. One of the government whips we filmed in December today resigned, Gareth Johnson refusing to back the deal.
Statement, the Prime Minister.
This afternoon, she insisted the EU's letter was worth reading.
These conclusions, quote, would have legal force in international law.
But this House still isn't so sure.
Members across the House will not be fooled by what has been produced today. It's clear what we are voting on this week is exactly the same deal we should have voted on in December.
Will she admit that nothing has fundamentally changed? I mean, that's the reality. Let's not kid ourselves about that.
So on the eve of that vote, any dreams of victory for the Prime Minister will surely be put to bed. Paul Brand, ITV News, Westminster.